Greetings, Groaners, and welcome along to our 71st dive into the Groan Zone. A quick apology for today. I strained my voice, so sound more like a shell myself, and more like a mature Kermit the Frog. My voice will return to normal in due course, I hope. That'll teach me to yell in enjoyment, won't it? We have plenty of content and games for your groany pleasure once again this week. The games this week are my personal favourite, Yes or BS, and of course, Gimme the Question. Don't forget, we'll also have What the Hell Am I For being announced, our weekly pictorial game. We are also dangerously close to 1,000 downloads, which is completely out there nuts and insane for me. But anyway, kicking the show off with a blast is me, with my trio of groans. Let's have it. My groans. Putting single deckers on during winter. I'm sure I've groaned about this before, but we're all feeling the pinch, but why do bus companies do this, especially when it's cold? All chairs get taken, meaning those actually needing seats don't get one, and standing for the entire journey is a pain in the backside. Screaming kids on buses. Why do kids do this? I don't care how old you are, have some consideration for those around you. Why don't bus companies warn the offending kids twice, and third time they get thrown off? I get we live in a nanny state here in the UK, but this might force kids and their parents to take ownership of how they behave outside of home. More so when they are served with a ban notice from the bus company, which could last for maybe a year and a half, maybe. And lastly, people who scream in your face. Now what I mean by this is, people who are debating, but then start screaming in each other's faces. If you need to yell, etc, to get your point across, then I'm sorry, you've already lost. The same way if you've got to use violence to get your point across. It doesn't work, and you look like a potato. There we go, for another week. Off they are, into the era, the eons of groan space. But as my groans fly off, let us play Gimme the Question. Round 1. Are you ready, groaners, listening along live? And of course, if you're listening to this now, then of course, you're ready. Your answer is 1998. Your questions are, what year did the internet come into full effect? That is option A. Option B. What year was Independence Day released in UK cinemas? And lastly, option C. What year was former President Bill Clinton impeached for lying about his affair? Go, groaners. Those answers, please. You're playing along live. Pause, have a think, unpause, answer. We have a flurry of B's and C's flying in there. Any others, groaners? Oh, people are typing. And we've had 2 A's drop there as well. Nice little spread there as well. Okay, I hear you loud and clear, groaners. Let's move on. Round 2. Your answer is Super Mario Brothers. Your questions are, option A. Which movie was released the same year as Jurassic Park? Option B. Which franchise was originally supposed to be released for Sega, but Nintendo outbid to finalise the sale? And option C. Which game franchise via Nintendo was sued in 1989 by a pair of brothers for not consulting them before publicising the game? Go, groaners. Answers. If you're not playing along live, pause, answer, unpause. Wow, okay, a lot of people are throwing in C's. Any more? Oh, there's a B. Any others? More C's flying. And there's an A. Okay, groaners, I got you. Last round, groaners. here we go. Round 3. And I can't speak Latin, so I do apologise if I butcher this. Your answer is De Gratia Regina. That's DEI for the first word, GRATIA for the second word, and REGINA for the third word. Your questions are: option A, what is Latin for the Great Regina? Option B, what is Latin for the grace of God? And option C, what is Latin for the gratitude of regatta? Pause if you're playing along after the fact it's been recorded. Groaners playing along live, give me your answers. C's again. Okay. Oh, any more? Type in, people are typing. Give them a bit of a chance. Oh, and a few B's and A's there as well. Okay, Groaners. Well played for everyone that took part in that one. Later in the show, we'll find out who scored what and who didn't. But coming up now, we ask ourselves, why oh why? Why oh why is there a new crowd of gullible idiots who believe TikTok when it shows people putting castor oil in their eyes to cure sight issues? Experts have stated this oil offers no benefits to eye health and certainly cannot cure cataracts. I've just got to ask, why oh why? Let's skip the why oh whys now and hit up some creepy with Admin Nicole's Creepy Corner. And this week's story is called The Metal 3. The old man walked into the antique shop and was met by 3 robots, animatronics taken from the old amusement park. Their hollow eyes glowed a bright yellow. An alligator, a minotaur, and a beetle of some sorts. They were all missing parts and their metal was rusted from years of neglect. But as the old man got closer to inspect them, he saw them move, and before he could do anything, Valencia ran in to stop him. They still had a lot of work to do in order to fix themselves up, but Valencia had successfully infused the soul copy from the teeth into the old animatronics. They explained to the old man that they lived for Valencia, but also for themselves. They simply wanted peace, and their memory of engineering and robotics would help with that. Valencia smiled at the old man, happy to show him that she really did what she said she would. Viola remained in the corner, determined to be as far away from them as possible. Valencia stood forward proudly and introduced them. She said that they were a new part of the family now, and the old man just smiled an awkward smile as he looked over at Viola as she did the same. They even chose their own names: Crunch the alligator, Moore the minotaur, and Bob the beetle. They all reached out their rusted metal hands to greet the old man, and he looked over at Valencia's smiling face and knew he had to accept them. This happy moment didn't last, however. The old man told the Metal 3 that the amusement park would have to wait. The town was in serious danger, and he needed their help to protect it. Afterwards, it would be theirs, and he gave his word that if the town got destroyed, he would let them build whatever they wanted as soon as they found a new home. "Is it the mayor again?" Valencia asked. "I think so, but I have to be out of town for a few days, and you're coming with me," the old man replied. Viola understood why, and the old man filled him in on the plan. The only problem was not knowing just what the mayor was capable of. And then it hit the old man, a blast from the past. In the early days of the town, the original mayor, who was just a teenager by then, had a passion for the Wild West. To impress him and help him feel welcome, the town's original form was that of the old Wild West. This is where the town's poker obsession came from, and where the creatures in the forest learned it from too. The winner would always receive something of high value from the loser. Whenever the old man and original mayor used to play, they always kept the stakes high, which meant the original mayor had some rather dangerous items in his collection that the current mayor may just have found. "Do I even want to ask what he has?" Viola said, looking less than impressed. "Nothing major. If memory serves, then there should be an unbreakable dagger and a skeleton key, but you don't want to know how I made that," the old man replied. He was rather proud of himself for it though, and made sure the knife could be melted since it couldn't be destroyed by any other means. Viola didn't know how to respond, knowing the mayor could easily get into the shop whenever he wanted. What if the darkness in the basement couldn't lure him down there and eat him like it does with every other person that breaks in? The Metal Three didn't know what to think, but they had sworn an oath, so they planned to uphold it. Crunch, the self-appointed leader of the three, swore to protect the shop while the old man was gone. They needed time to do repairs and get their new metal bodies as strong as they could, but their help was needed. Viola would watch over them while protecting the town, something she wasn't too pleased about, but she would do without hesitation. This just left one thing: how was the mayor getting into the realm of nightmares? Valencia gathered the rocking horse from the basement with care. This was going to be their way in. If the old man couldn't find a nightmare, then he would just have to create one. That just left whose wish to grant. Only one option could really work: her. It wouldn't be right though, the old man swore, to never let us suffer again after all. I thought you said we couldn't help her. You said her pain was far too great, and anything we did could destroy her, Viola asked. The old man's hands turned into fists. He knew what Viola was saying. He knew he shouldn't do it, but the town was in danger. Maybe the most danger it has ever faced, and he truly didn't have any other options. He had to go to Marianne Cheval. I honestly swear you can visualize these stories from this world Admin Nicole has created. I could see the three animatronics stand in front of me as if I was there. Admin Nicole, truly nice work. Now, I've got to ask you, Groaners, is it yes or is it BS? Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for yes or BS. Round 1, the You Are My Oxygen round. Option A, oxygen has a melting point of minus 135 degrees centigrade or minus 211 Fahrenheit. Option B, liquid oxygen has a pale blue colour. Or option C, oxygen can have a solid form. Remember, Groaners, avoid the BS. Give me your answers please, A, B or C. What are you going for, Groaners? Oh, we have a load of B's fly in there. Anyone for anybody else? Oh, yep. We have A's and C's coming in there. Alright then. Moving on to round 2. The cat round. Option A. A leopard can run at a top speed of 70 kilometers per hour. Option B. Lions and panthers have tasseled tails. Option C. The Bengal tiger is the strongest big cat in the world. Go, Groaners. Give me your answers. You're playing after the fact, you press pause, you answer, you unpause. Oh, and as I was saying that, C's flew in across the board. Oh, as did B's as well. Anyone for A's? No A's? That's your time up, Groaners. Moving on to round 3, the Let's Go to the Gym round. Option A. Jim, aka James Kirk, from Star Trek, has the middle name of Tiberius. That's your option A. Option B. Jim Carrey has 2 children. Or option C. There is an Earthworm Jim movie in production set for release in mid-2026. Pause if you're playing after the recording. If you're not, give me your answers right now, Groaners. What are you going for? A load of A's flew in there. More B's have flown in there. And a couple of C's as well. Nice even spread there, Groaners again. We'll find out later in the show who got points and who got blanked. Remember, this only impacts your points for yes or BS, not both games. Were you lucky? I gotta tell you, these next guys weren't. Yep, it's time for Oh Unlucky! This week's Oh Unlucky is the UK Navy. Why? Because unfortunately, they launched a test nuke from a sub, but it misfired and plummeted into the sea mere yards away from the sub that launched it. Pretty embarrassing there, when the MOD still states our nuclear deterrent is effective. Oh dear. Well, from unlucky now, we swerve back over to groan space, where one of you gets your turn with the audience groan. This week's audience groan comes in from Palmer M of Idaho, USA, who kindly launched their groan to us via the show email. And they said, people should have morals. I don't understand people in this day and age who don't have morals. Excellent groan, Palmer, although brief but really good. I couldn't agree with you more. We live in an age now where having morals or respect for someone or something is frowned upon, at least by some people. The majority of us have respect and morals. Sorry for giggling there, groaners, but I made a mistake then, and I've probably erased the mistake, so that sounds silly because I was giggling. Sorry. If you'd like to shoot us your groan, you can do so via the following. You can wing us an email here at Groan Zone headquarters to thegroanzonepod@gmail.com. You can join in or message us on Discord at the Groan Zone Discord channel. You can shoot myself or Admin Nicole a Facebook message using our personalised Facebook messengers. Also, you can drop in a groan into the comment section on any groan you listen to and it'll be picked up. Don't forget, you can send in your YOYs, your O-Unluckies, or your Hero or Zero of the Week nominations. Speaking of Zero of the Week, here they are. So, a baby clothing business CEO posted 2 apologies where she grovels for forgiveness. Now, you'd think sure. Yeah, sure. But she's in this section of the show for a reason, groaners. Turns out, she fired a worker who asked to work from home remotely after their baby got sick. She couldn't even get her recorded apologies right. How low of a human do you need to be? Lady, you've got no class, and now after that, you're now a Zero of the Week. We've reached almost the end, groaners, so let's finish strong with What the Hell Am I For? And the game answers. And now, speaking of which, it's What the Hell Am I For? Here it is, once again, our pictorial game. But of course, dear Groan crew, you have a week to answer. Your clue is, improve your bathroom aim, and it also eliminates arguments. Good luck, groaners. The image will be in the show notes, on the Discord channel, and on the Facebook group. And here we have the game answers. Anagram anxiety will come first and we'll go from there. Admin Nicole bamboozled us all with the anagram last week. Like I said, every week I'm hopeless at them. The answer was, of course, French toast. Yes, so be yes now. Round 1, the You Are My Oxygen round. If you went for option A, that is absolutely false. Oxygen has a melting point of negative 218.79 degrees centigrade or negative 361.822 Fahrenheit. If you went for option B, that's true. If you went for option C, that's also true, which means you get points. Round 2, the cat round. If you went for option A, a leopard can run at a top speed of 70 km per hour. False. It maxes out at a whopping 58 kilometers per hour. Instead, not 70. I lied. If you went for option B, lions and panthers have tassel tails. It's false. The lion is the only big cat to have this feature. And if you went for option C, the Bengal tiger is the strongest big cat in the world, it's totally true. It holds the top position as the world's strongest big cat, even when it comes to the lion. And the last round, round 3, the Let's Go to the Gym round. If you went for option A, James Kirk's middle name is Tiberius. That's true, it really is Tiberius. If you went for option B, that's false. Jim Carrey only has one child. And if you went for option C, there's an Earthworm Jim movie in production set for release in mid-2026. That is false. That is utter garbage from the mind of your host, Mystery Groaner. So for any point you got a false, aka BS, your points for that entire game are wiped. Give me the question. Round 1. Your answer was 1998. Your correct question was option C. 1998 was the year former President Bill Clinton was impeached for lying about his affair. Who was the affair with? Monica Lewinsky. Round 2. Your answer was the Super Mario Brothers. Your correct question was option A, because of course it was released in the same year as Jurassic Park. Because of course, who went to see it when it came out? I did. I didn't see Jurassic Park at cinemas. I went to go see Super Mario Brothers. Oh dear, oh dear. And last round, your answer was de grata or de gratia regina. Your correct question was option B. What is the Latin for the grace of God? And that is also shortened on the side of the £1 coin in England. If you scored any points this week, well done. If not, there's always next week. Speaking of which, I'll see you then, Groaners. You take care. Bye-bye.